Covey, how's it going? Today I thought I'd make a quick video about how I keep my waterers for my birds, whether that be quail, chicken. It really works for whatever, and I'll show you a couple different types of waterers you can do this on, from freezing in the winter. I know this is important, and this does not require electricity or extension cords or potentially heaters that might burn down a coop or barn or anything. Who am I? I'm Jill from Pigment and Plume Farms, where I try to help folks learn how to be more self-sufficient and sustainable in urban environments, particularly in the middle of the city. So today, this technology is pretty simple, and it's all a little bit of chemistry. The freezing point of, say, your tap water and salt water are different. Salt water takes a lot more to freeze, and so essentially what you're going to be doing is creating a bobber inside of your waterers, because the salt water will also float in the waterers. So if you have a longer style waterer like this one, or those big 5-gallon bucket ones that you maybe screwed on the watering pieces at the bottom, you can stick several of these in there. All you're going to do is take any old water bottle. You want to make sure that it's, maybe relatively new, and you want to also make sure that you're checking frequently. As we know, salt water can really damage your birds, so you don't want any potential leaks. So you're going to fill your water bottle, used water bottle, full of water and then salt. In the instance that I made this one last year, all I had was a Himalayan salt available, so that's why it looks pink. You're going to fill it up, and then you're going to kind of turn it over and squeeze it, and this is how you can kind of test and make sure that your bottle is secure. But then you're really just going to fill up your water as you normally would and stick a couple of these inside if it's a long one, if it's a 5-gallon one. If you have the shorter waterers, use the 8-ounce bottles, the ones that are about like that big. This is a 16-ounce, half of it is 8, right? And you can stick those inside of these types of waterers, or these kind of waterers, or the ones that have those little feet. You can stick them inside, and basically what that's going to do is create a bobber, like I said, so it's moving the water around as the chickens drink. Now, is this going to prevent the water from freezing in the cups? Absolutely not, but it will prevent the water, at least on the inside, from completely freezing. It'll still allow the breakage. So the magic thing that you might have to do if it's really cold out there is go out maybe with some lukewarm or even boiling water and get the little cup hearts to unfreeze by pouring that on there. And maybe periodically throughout the day, but at least the main portions of the waterer will not freeze using this trick. Again, I live in the Pacific Northwest. For it to freeze here is pretty unique and uncommon. We do get ice storms occasionally, but when I moved here, we had -4 with wind, but that's really, really rare for us. So will this work in -10, -4? I don't know. I don't think it would, but it's going to work if your temps are hovering around 32, 33, like our normal water freeze point. Maybe if they drop down to 25. Much more than that, I would maybe try to come up with a better solution. I've seen where folks will actually dig like a hole in the ground, because the ground is going to be warmer, and kind of do something with that and maybe make it more like a pool. That would potentially be dangerous for quail, so you'd have to maybe put some hardware cloth over that and figure out how to keep them from drowning. Your chickens should be fine, and ducks and whatnot. But yeah, that's what I did, and hopefully that helps you. If you need anything else, let me know. Ciao.